The dusty roads of Lagos. The sun burned fiercely over the slums of Lagos, casting long shadows over the crumbling huts and dusty streets. Amidst the chaos and noise, a girl named Amara hurried through the bustling marketplace. She wore a faded yellow dress and slippers that had seen better days. In her small hands, she clutched a basket of fruits, her day's hope for survival. Amara was 17, with bright eyes full of dreams too big for the tiny room she shared with her mother and two younger brothers. Since her father's death in a factory accident 3 years ago, the burden of survival had fallen heavily on her slender shoulders. School had become a luxury she could no longer afford. Each morning, she woke before dawn, helping her mother roast groundnuts before heading to the market. Buy fresh fruits, sweet mangoes, juicy oranges. Amara cried out, her voice weaving through the crowd. Some days were good, many were not. On the worst days, they slept with empty stomachs, pretending it was a game so her brothers wouldn't cry. But Amara had something others around her didn't, an unbreakable spirit. While her friends dreamt only of marrying rich men, Amara dreamt of owning businesses, of building a better life with her own 2 hands. One day, while sitting under an old mango tree during a slow afternoon at the market, she met Mr. Adewale, a rich trader with sharp eyes and a soft voice. "You work hard, young girl," he said, observing her as she cleaned her fruits with a piece of cloth. "Yes, sir. Hard work is the only key," Amara replied with a smile. Mr. Adewale chuckled. "And what would you do if you had the chance to do more than sell fruits?" Amara looked up at him, her eyes shining. "I would build an empire, sir. I would make sure no child ever slept hungry again." Impressed by her answer, Mr. Adewale offered her a job at his warehouse, organizing supplies and keeping inventory. It wasn't much, but it paid better than selling fruits. For the first time, Amara felt the winds of change whispering in her life. Weeks turned into months. At the warehouse, Amara worked twice as hard as anyone else. She stayed late to learn basic accounting from the old cashier and volunteered for every difficult task. She studied used books she found in trash bins and asked endless questions. But not everyone admired her dedication. Bola, the warehouse manager's nephew, grew jealous of the attention Amara received. He started spreading rumors that she stole goods, that she was trying to seduce Mr. Adewale. One evening, after closing time, Bola set her up. He hid stolen goods in her locker and called the security. Amara was dragged before Mr. Adewale, tears in her eyes. "I would never steal, sir. Please believe me," she pleaded. Mr. Adewale looked deeply into her eyes. Then, instead of calling the police, he ordered a full investigation. Days later, the truth came out. CCTV footage exposed Bola's plot. Ashamed, Mr. Adewale apologized publicly and, as a reward for her honesty and perseverance, promoted Amara to assistant warehouse manager. With the higher pay, she was able to enroll in night classes, chasing the education she had sacrificed so long ago. But this was only the beginning. Little did Amara know, bigger storms and even bigger opportunities were waiting just beyond the horizon. Storms and stars. Success brought new challenges. As Amara rose through the ranks, she realized that the world of business was a battlefield, not a fairy tale. Greedy colleagues, fake friends, and hidden traps lurked at every turn. At 21, after years of saving and learning, Amara made a bold move. She took a loan and started her own small logistics company, Golden Pathways, transporting goods across Lagos. It was risky, but Amara was not the girl who had once cried in the marketplace over rotten fruits. She was a fighter. The first few months were brutal. Trucks broke down. Drivers quit. Customers doubted her. At times, she barely made enough to pay the workers. More than once, she cried herself to sleep, questioning if she had made a terrible mistake. But Amara had learned one powerful lesson: fall down 7 times, stand up 8. She partnered with her childhood friend, Ngozi, who had studied marketing. Together, they offered unbeatable deals and personalized service. Slowly, word of their honesty and hard work spread. Small contracts grew into bigger ones. Within 2 years, Golden Pathways was transporting goods for major supermarkets and electronics companies. Money started flowing in, but Amara remained humble. She built a new house for her mother and sent her brothers to good schools. Every Sunday, she distributed free food at the same marketplace where she once begged for customers. One evening, while attending a business conference, Amara met someone who would change her destiny forever, Mrs. Funmi Bankole, the CEO of a multinational shipping firm. "You remind me of myself when I was younger," Mrs. Bankole said after hearing Amara's story. "I want to invest in you." With Mrs. Bankole's investment, Golden Pathways expanded across Nigeria and then into neighboring countries. Amara, the girl who once couldn't afford school, became the youngest CEO to win the prestigious African Logistics Entrepreneur of the Year award. On the night she received her award, Amara stood before the glittering audience, her voice steady and proud. "I was born in dust," she said, "but I chose to build with it. Remember this: your beginnings do not define your ending. Your dreams do." The crowd erupted in applause. Somewhere among them, her mother wept tears of joy, and her brothers cheered louder than anyone else. Amara had not just changed her life, she had rewritten her destiny.